What's up, everybody? Glad you guys are joining us tonight. I'm yelling and I forget I have the mic on. I don't have to yell. Coach Josh in the house, he's been helping us out this week. He's gonna demo some of the movements in our workout today. So today's kind of a combination of, working some, you have some different options, but really ultimately what we're starting with on this strength work is I want you to think about this as mobility work or movement work more so than strength work. If I get my mobility and movement correct, it's gonna help me be stronger. So we're gonna have a 2.5 minute clock. It's gonna be a 2 snatch grip push press plus 2 overhead squats with a 5-second descent on every rep. So Yash is gonna pull the bar out of the rack. He's gonna snatch grip, push press, good. Go ahead and give me a side view, turn towards the camera. It's just a little dip drive, just like we always push press, punching up, really focus on those locked out elbows, armpits pointing forward, showing me his armpits, or his elbow crease pointing towards the sky. We're trying to get that position locked in. Then he's gonna go into 2 overhead squats, down at 5 seconds, a 1-second pause, and then up. Down at 5 seconds, 1-second pause, and up. Good, go ahead and relax. So depending on how you're feeling, how you're moving, your coach is gonna help you out with this, is I don't wanna continue squatting deeper and deeper and deeper if my shoulders are falling, diving forward, if I'm not able to control that bar in a good position, if my knees aren't tracking well. So a couple different things we can add into this, because we wanna practice being in good positions, is have Yash grab a couple of 10-pound plates. Well, first on your feet, Let's say he's having a really hard time with his position, so I'm just gonna elevate his heels. So he's gonna do his snatch grip push press, go ahead, and then he can step back onto an elevated surface. Obviously, he shouldn't have like maximal load here. We're trying to build positions and movement again, that's what we talked about, and work on that squat. It's gonna allow him to really get in a better position, and you can even tell his chest is more vertical here, and stand. Ideally, over time, we can lower or take develop our mobility to not have to use the plates, but it's good to get in the right position so we feel what those should feel like. But the other thing we're doing in that 2.5 minutes is actually some mobility work. Based upon what you know as a weakness or your coach with help, we're gonna work one of 2 things. One is gonna be ankles. So one ankle stretch, you could use a band in the rig and do some banded ankle distraction. Having that ankle push back on or that band pull back on my ankle, then I'm trying to push that knee as far past that toe as possible. If I feel impingement when I squat or do different things like up in my actual ankle joint, this is a really good one to work on. Go ahead and relax. Any sort of ankle stretching is great, even using a post like so, stretching that calf and soleus, that's another great one. Just trying to loosen them up as we go. The other thing we're gonna focus on if we need to, and I want you just to pick one today. Try to find the worst one and just hammer it. It's gonna be a T-spine stretch. So you can have a foam roller. I know we sometimes see people with the med balls. That's a decent place, but I don't want to immediately go there because sometimes people get on the med balls and they start overextending at their low back, which isn't what we want. I want to keep that belly tight. He's going to reach overhead. Most important thing, keep those elbows locked out first. Then he can start dropping his hip, but if he drops his hip, I still want him to keep a nice tight midline. I don't want him just to go into overextension at his low back. Good. So holding, spinning 20, 30 seconds there. Go ahead and relax, Yash. Is a good place to start for that. The next one would be working on our hips. So if you just know you have really tight hips, you can work pigeon, you can work couch, you can work any of those things to work on our hips, or our coach can help you out with that. Then the last one is scaps. Some of us might have wobbly shoulders just because we lack scapular control or scapular strength. So band pull-aparts, hammering some more of those. Also, this is when I like some wall slides. Trying to get the backs of my hands on the wall, sliding up, keeping that belly tight. We're just getting those scaps engaged and pulled down tight and together as I bring those elbows back down. And then also, if he jumps down on his belly, prone swimmer. So if he starts with his hand on his head, reach up and around like he's swimming, all the way back to the small of his back. Another really good scap exercise. Relax. So we're going to pick one of those based upon what our coach thinks or what you know seems to be a limitation. And we're just going to hammer it. So that's our snatch work. Then the Metcon. This is 4 rounds, for quality or for time, depending on where you're at with the snatch, with the squat snatch. So it's going to start with 5 squat snatches at our moderate load, 135-95 from the ground. Go ahead and demo one for me. Full extension, he's getting the contact, full squat, and stand. Just because we're in a Metcon doesn't mean we forget contact. If you're not getting contact, I'm going to take the bar out of your hands. So make sure you're getting contact. Then we're going to go into a 30-second wall sit. Goblet wall sit. Choose a plate, choose some weight, find something to sit with, 30 seconds, and then out the door for a 200-meter run. He'll come back in, get ready for the next round. He's got 4 rounds. So a couple of different things on this are different options. Maybe depending on how you overhead squat, depending on how we snatch, we've been doing all this positional work, it's just not best for you, because as your coaches, for us to think it's great for you to snatch in a Metcon yet. That doesn't mean we're just trying to do what's best for you. So we might push you to do the deadlifts and the wall set. So we're just subbing 12 deadlifts for the snatch. All right? Another option is, hey, you're starting to get pretty good at the snatch. I'm going to let you snatch in during the workout, but I want you to take out the concept of for time and to think about your movement on every single snatch, getting that hip contact, getting that bar in good position, punching up, my shoulders staying in perfect position in those overhead squats. Finally, the third option is, hey, I want to go for time today. I'm just going to hammer it. I did my technique work was the overhead squat work. I'm going to deadlift that bar and go for time and hit it hard. That's going to be our 3 options. So you got to have some options there. Your coach will help give you guidance. Please, 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 if we ask you to do the deadlifts, there's a reason behind it. We don't want to mess up good work. Most of all, if we think that your positions are kind of a little bit in between what we want, we're not going to risk injury. We're going to let you hit it hard, work on those positions during the strength work, and then get some intensity with those deadlifts. That's the workout. What do you think, Yash? It's going to be fun. See you guys tomorrow, Friday. Thanks for listening to me talk. Bye.